Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo. Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thanks for joining us once again here on the Friday Night Boxing Panel. Joining us shortly will be Mike Orr, Cedric Ben, I'm sure, popping in. I believe Natalie Sugar Brown's popping in. And, of course, Tim Witherspoon will be joining us as soon as we allow him. All right. So, Mike, we've got a big fight coming up in the name of Joe Joyce, and I'm sure we've got some others on the plate to talk about. What do you got?
Oh, well, I'm just starting off here. We got lots of stuff, actually. We got two world-class boxing events that will stream live and exclusively in the U.S. on ESPN Plus this Saturday. The action kicks off down under in the early morning hours at 5 a.m., guys, 5 a.m. Eastern time, as IBF Cruiserweight World Champion Marius Briedis defends his title against undefeated contender Jai Opatia at Gold Coast Convention Center. Wow, this is going to be a big one, guys. I'm super excited for this one. The action continues from the OVO Arena, Wembley in London at 2 p.m. Eastern time as undefeated heavyweight contender and 2016 Olympic silver medalist Joe Joyce defends his WBC silver and WBO international belts in the 12-round main event against Christian Hammer. Briedis, who's 28-1 with 20 KOs, a native of Latvia, has won 5 bouts since losing a razor-thin decision to Alexander Usyk in January 2018. This 37-year-old puncher won the IBF belt in the September of 2020 with a majority decision over Dortokas. Then defended it last October with Riga with a third-round TKO over Arthur Mann. Opatia, who is 21-0 with 17 KOs, a 2012 Australian Olympian from Sydney, has fought most of his career in Australia. The 26-year-old has knocked out his last 3 foes and is taking a major step up against Briedis. So, guys, be on the lookout for this action. It's going to be a good one. I'm super excited to watch it. But in other action, man, we got Isaac Hardman taking on Bo Hartas. And this one's for 10. This is 10 rounds in the middleweight. We also got Dana Coolwell versus Lorenz Laderada. This one's an 8-round featherweight. There's a bunch of good fights you guys want to watch on this card for sure. It's going to be pretty exciting, man. I'm super excited for this. Joyce, Hammer, let's talk about it. What do you like about this one, Graham?
I like the fact that when Christian Hammer was in the press conference, he didn't deny the fact that he was unprepared for his last fight. He was called up on short notice, took the fight anyway, took a beating, but I think he's ready this time. I think it's going to be a good fight.
Prepared for his last fight, he was called up on short notice, took the fight anyway.
Oh, wow! Then I didn't know that you could throw your voice like that.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Oh. Wow, it sounds horrible. Yes, it's gonna be a good one. I'm super excited for it. Lots of action, man. Lots of action.
Yep. Do you want to discuss the undercard?
Yeah. I'm just bringing it up right now. We'll talk about it. We got the Christian Hammer, Joe Joyce, undercard. Here we go. Let's talk about these young kids, man, up and coming. We have Mark Chamberlain, who I was supposed to be talking about this week, but I unfortunately was unable to. He's 10-0. This one's for the vacant International Boxing Federation European light title, and he's going up against Mark Vidal, who is 13-2-5. So this one, guys, be on the lookout for this one. This is a good fight. Mark Chamberlain, 10-0 in the light division. Definitely a prospect to be watching right now. So, guys, make sure that you tune in and catch the undercard of the Joe Joyce Christian Hammer card, man. And you can find that on the United Kingdom BT Sports. Also, up for a great title fight, man, is Nathan Haney versus Nizer Trimich. This one's for the IBO International Middle title. And then,
Right. Haney's pulled out, your man.
oh, who's that there? Who's that we have? Our man.
Carl joined us. Carl's joined us.
Carl,
Good
what's up,
evening.
man?
So Nathan Heaney's pulled out due to injury, Mike.
Oh, has he really? Darn. Well, that's unfortunate.
Exclusive from the UK.
Exclusive from the UK. All right, then. So,
Thank you, Carl.
what about Jason Cunningham? He's still on this card?
Yeah, gonna be a good fight. That very good
That
fight.
one I'm definitely looking forward to, man. That one's for the IBF International Super Bantam title and the Commonwealth Super Bantam title. Can't wait to see this, man. This is gonna be a good card. This one's starting, I believe, 2:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, that. Let me just do the maths. So late at night. Yeah, I think that feels about right, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 2 p.m. Yeah, we got it. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. If you're looking to have some fun, watch that.
What time, Mike? Out of interest, what time does that Brady's fight start where you are? It's 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
5 p.m. 5 a.m. for us.
Yeah. It's good to know the time zone works in my favor for once.
Yeah, for real, eh? Yeah, so we got these 2 great cards, man, to get underway this weekend. Greatest 5 a.m. That's going to be an early one for everybody out there. So, guys, set your alarms and then try and get your butts up, man, and try and watch it, because I definitely will be. Up watching this one for sure.
Well, I think that fight is a gateway to some bigger fights for Brady, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So, what else do we want to talk about? Those are the fights we touched on for the weekend. Anything exciting going on over on your side of the world, Carl?
Yeah, one thing I think you should touch on that I'm surprised you've not is that Liam Smith has signed for Boxer.
Oh my gosh, that's excellent.
Yeah, so it's been announced today, this afternoon in the UK. So he's signed a multi-fight deal with Ben Shalom, Sky, and Boxer. And the first fight that's rumoured to be lined up is versus Chris Eubank Jr. at 160.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's going to be good.
Hey, Carl, while I got you on the phone here, what are your comments regarding this lawsuit between Probellum and Boxer?
Very interesting, isn't it? I won't want to comment too much, but I think we just let it see how it plays out, Graham. They're both in a similar part of the market, aren't they, in terms of boxing?
Yeah.
They're both trying to establish themselves. So, it's interesting viewing from afar. It really is. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know how it's going to go. What are your thoughts?
In terms of the letters that were sent to, I believe, the boxers that are on the Boxer list of the stable, I think that did defame the name of Probellum. So it'll be interesting to see what the court decision is. But what I was curious about is how it might impact all these young boxers and their view of these 2 new independent companies that were growing quite successfully, certainly in the UK. But Probellum had a really good strategy of moving around the world and working with other companies more so than Boxer per se. But I just think it's bad news for boxers and boxing.
I mean, one interesting point is, Graham, that if you look at Probellum's board of directors and who sits on the board, some very influential individuals from other parts of business. So it's interesting to see how it plays out, because they're at top of other industries. So you don't get there by being a walkover, do you? So I think it's going to be quite a fierce court battle, to be honest.
I hope it's not too lengthy.
I think
it'll be a long one. But I hope it's not too lengthy.
Well, okay. There is the tie into MTK. I mean, that's real. What the U.S. Treasury Department is going to do to MTK is going to affect the boxing industry, because there's whether or not Probellum truly was tied at some senior level in terms of the financing they received at the outset. That might impact the judge's decision and might substantiate the claims. Because would you really want your fighters associated with gangsters? You know, I mean, it's going to have a trickle down effect. I just wondered what your comments were. Mine have already been recorded on my boxing news show. But I just thought there might be, you know, I think it's going to impact the UK boxers more so than other global outfits. It's going to be interesting to see how DAZN continues to work the US market with Matchroom, because it doesn't seem like Top Rank or Mayweather or PBC are going to want to work continually with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn specifically. There seems to be some bad blood brewing there. So this is just bad news for the boxing industry. At the outset, we had commented a year and a half ago that some of these issues needed to be addressed, and they still haven't. As a matter of fact, I would argue they're getting worse. But it does make room for new players in the industry, quite frankly.
Another point that I'd like to raise with you, Graham, while we're talking to each other. It's been a while, Graham, hasn't it? It's been a while.
It has been a while, yes.
What's your take on DAZN in the UK? Because they're starting to hemorrhage fighters, aren't they? If you think about Liam Smith leaving, you know, and other, let's say, fighters who maybe not top of the agenda for DAZN, I think they're going to have a real battle on their hands to keep fighters at DAZN, because obviously they put all their eggs in one basket. I don't know if that translates into Canadian speak, but you know, there's definitely a challenge there for DAZN to keep all them fighters up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think Matchroom has done well securing upper level female fighters, for example, and growing that side of the sport without a doubt. I'm not going to say they've done so flawlessly, but I'm sure if Natalie or Sheila were with us on the show, they would argue that Matchroom, more so than any other promoter, has done a really good job of signing some good top ranked female fighters. Jess McCaskill, Ebony Bridges, Anton Cruz DAZN. I think Katie Taylor's in there. So they got a whack of really good female fighters. But have they been able to secure the same quality of fighter from the upper echelons of the male divisions? I don't think so. Not yet.
And then
other than Anthony Joshua. Is Anthony Joshua actually gonna win that fight? I don't think so.
That was my next question. So I personally think Anthony Joshua is going to win the next fight against Usyk. There's not many people on my side over here in the UK.
If he doesn't, where does he go from here, though?
Well, one interesting point for me was the TV rights that the Saudi Arabians have actually brought for the first fight. So how can you do this big launch? AJ's exclusive to DAZN, but then hold on a minute. Sorry, not for the first fight. It's not. It could well land on Sky in the UK because they're in a bit. Allegedly, they're in a bit of a bidding war at the minute, Sky and DAZN, about who's going to get the TV rights. So that could be another own goal, couldn't it?
Well, just on the TV rights issue, hi Tim. There's a very big discussion going on, certainly in North America, with respect to how expensive DAZN is compared to how relatively inexpensive it is in the UK. Yeah, like we were expecting.
We pay £7.99 in the UK.
Yeah, we pay like anywhere from $75 to $90, even $100. And it really doesn't matter on the quality of the fight. At the end of the day, that's an awful lot of money for a fight night. So I don't really think that pricing structure works for your average fan of boxing in North America.
I can't really say anything. I don't pay anything.
Anyway, Mike, move on.
I can't really comment on the price, man. I don't pay to watch him. I watch him for free.
I'll be interested to get Tim's take on the Usyk versus AJ fight and how you think it's going to play out, Tim.
I don't really know, but I do know that they could have really solved this problem in the first fight if they would have. To me, the managers and the promoters, they have to. They got to be in this game too. They got to know how the guy throw the left hook or the right hand. It just don't have to be all business. And they would have got him somebody that can help him. He really don't have. He went over to we talked about on the show, and I hate to talk bad about people. Their problem was in, and he's to them, and they really don't know. I'm about getting them the proper trainer. Now he went over there to Garcia's father or something, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of trainers out there winning because the fighters win, not because of the, okay? I'm not saying that he's not worthy. I'm talking about Garcia. It's Garcia, right?
Yeah.
Garcia's father is his trainer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me they wouldn't go with and that if they sometimes, like in Freddie Roach, we talked about on the show. I hate to talk bad about him. He won because Pacquiao. When you see them holding the pads, you see Freddie Roach on this, just holding the pads and Pacquiao hitting them. A fighter like me can see and tell stuff like this. So why wouldn't they go get a former heavyweight champion that got a good defense, that know how to throw overhand right, know how to counter with punches, and stuff like that? Why wouldn't they do that? Because I know they're looking at money. They're not really looking at down on that level, down on the level where he needs a trainer. They looking at television and who's successful. Spence is successful. The Trullo brothers are successful. Their trainers are getting built up because the fighters are winning. But when in my era, the trainers really was worthy of what they done and their skills and stuff. And now, a lot of fighters, everybody doing the Mayweather because he winning and getting knocked out just because they're watching him. It's television. It's Hollywood. It's Hollywood. They're sending the wrong message, but they don't even know. If you understand what I'm saying, Joshua's job will be much easier, okay, if he got somebody, I keep saying like me or some. There's a couple other guys that know that. Keep his defense in instead of bouncing around like a lightweight. Stay in close, catch a punch, bam. Bam, stay in there, bam. Slip here, bam. Defense, fighting the southpaw. Make sure you throw that right hand, come back with the left hook. Don't bounce back. Little guys bounce around. Big guys can do that, but you got to stay in that pocket and stuff. So my thing is that I think his managers and his promoters, they're looking at the money. They're not really looking. He could have made that fight easy. He could have made the fight with Youssef. To me, he's bigger, stronger. All he had to just throw the right. He was bouncing away from him. Stay in that pocket, dig. He could have knocked him out early. I'm telling you. The fight is easy if you ask me. They're making it complicated because they're teaching them wrong. They went and got, who was his trainer? The amateur trainer was his trainer.
Robert McCracken.
McCracken, I like McCracken. I like him. And McCracken even admitted that he might need the help at one point. But that's as far as he could take him, man. And
Tim, don't tell me Robert McCracken told AJ to go in there and try and outbox Usyk. I'll never believe it. I think AJ went rogue in that fight. I don't think he did. He
wasn't listening to his corner at all. You could see it. He wasn't listening to his corner in that fight at all, man.
Who Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
There's nothing more to tell him. You need somebody else that know more. You got to go into the next level. And it's the money that's stopping them from. They're getting millions. They're trying to keep people away. No, let's keep this here. Somebody might tell them something business-wise and might mess them up or whatever. He definitely needs somebody to show him something. Now, that's not saying he can't win that fight now. If he come in and keep his hands up and then drop in and catch you, still win. But it's complicated when you don't have somebody that's new helping you.
I think he knocks Usyk out. I think he knocks him out in this next fight. I think he's got a window of 4 rounds to do it. But if he goes longer than 4, I'll worry for him.
But with the Garcia's got him doing, the Garcia trainer, I don't know him. I don't know how many fights he had. I don't know if he ever fought before. But like, I hate to talk about Freddie Roach. Pacquiao made him a star again. Where is he now? I love Freddie Roach, and he didn't want to talk to me when I went to say hi to him. I made a statement on how I think what was going on. And if say about people that like
Tim in the fishbowl.
It's almost comical. Yeah, his.
I said Harry was what everybody said. That he's just thing McGuigan told him. I said that because he went away from him, wouldn't catch him. Now Joshua did. If he catch him on butt land, he would probably lose again. But I believe Joshua, if he should be able to get in there and do the job, man. Keep it tight, move right, like he was going bouncing around, hitting, don't be hit. That was stupid for him to do. Stay in that pocket with a tight defense, throw that right hand, dig left hook, keep throwing the left hook, so you can set him up for the right. Keep doing this, throwing the left. And that's going to have you go into your right hand, or keep throwing the right so you can go into the left. And a lot more you could do with that too. That's just a couple of things. There's a lot more you can do. He shouldn't move away from him and bounce like a guy. But I bet you if he could take him out, though, he could take him out. I'm trying to fix this. When is the fight? When is the fight?
It's a while.
August 20th, isn't it, Mike?
He don't have to be in
August.
front of Usyk. He don't have to be in front of Usyk's left hand either. And I think we did this on the show. Catch stuff here, slip, and go in. He can move in on that smaller guy because he's away from Usyk's left hand. His Usyk's left hand to keep hitting him with it. All he has to do is get on the outside of this hand. When this go this way, and then I turn right to the punches, but they're not teaching them. So I'm southpaw, okay? This is my right, this is my lead hand. You got to get on this side. Don't stay out there. Turn. And once you turn, you're getting hit. It's so easy. I used to do it all the time. You don't see these guys doing it. Easy. It's all about money.
Got that girl?
I talked to Joshua and he said, okay, Tim, I'm a two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and I will come just help you. They didn't even want to do that. They didn't even want to do that.
And then he came out to Rocky.
Hey, what'd you say?
He came out to the Rocky song. That was bad luck. That ruined it right there. Honestly, if he pours it on,
Listen, I don't think real quick. Okay, go ahead.
He does have a he does have a chance. Joshua does have a chance to take it. Just like Carl said, it's got to be early though, because honestly, the longer it goes on, man, it's gonna be more in the advantage of Usyk, who's gonna take it into the deeper rounds, which he can. So it's up to Joshua to get in there, bang it out, get in and get out quick. First 4 rounds, that's the way it should be. If he does that, he could win.
But let's go back to the original question. Where does Joshua go if he loses?
Right? Where does he go if he loses? Fights Deontay Wilder?
I know the trouble is, though, Mark, that the zone have paid these big bucks, haven't they? A lot of money to AJ. But I suppose there is a lot of, let's call it the next level down. You have got your Dillian Whites.
Yeah.
That will sell. You got your Joe Joyces.
That'll sell.
That will sell. So there's a lot of big domestic fights in the UK, which will probably still get a worldwide audience.
You think Wilder's coming back?
The heavyweight division needs Wilder, in my opinion, especially if
That's right.
Tyson Fury's retired.
Do you think he took too much damage in his last fight to be able to come back as strong as he was?
I think time will tell. I don't know until he's back in the ring, to be honest. I don't think any of us know until he's back in the ring, do I?
Right.
I like Wilder.
I think Wilder should retire. I think he should retire.
Me too.
He said he might fight Dylan White. He might fight Dylan White. Huh?
They're possibly talking about it.
Yeah, they're talking about it.
Oh.
You think he's finished, Tim? You think he should hang him up?
I don't think he should take any more damage, Wilder. I think he should just give it up. He made enough money. Maybe that might be the last one if he do this one here. And if he fight Dylan White can punch, he just need defense. Dylan White could have did really good or probably won against Tyson Fury. If I'm not talking about just that uppercut, he does lack a little bit of defense.
Dylan White's going to learn how to defend against that first.
Huh?
The thing is, though, Tim, I've made this point on my show a few times. Not many people can make Deontay Wilder look as bad as Tyson Fury did.
No, that's true.
Because Tyson
No, that's
Fury
a lie.
special.
Because I'm not trying to talk down you, but
No.
he doesn't have no skills at all. When he get excited, you really see the amateur in Deontay Wilder. I love this guy, but as soon as he get all nervous, he goes like this.
He starts windmilling, don't he? Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Did you see him fight like that? Fighting like this?
Yeah. Although I still say he beats the majority of them in the heavyweight division. He beats Wilder.
Oh, in this era,
He beats
White
White
for sure.
He beats White.
Who beats Wilder?
Wilder would beat White. Dillian White. Dillian White's come on, Tim. Dillian White's.
He's tough. If you learn defense, Dylan White could take the show if you learn defense. What did he get caught with? How many guys caught him with that uppercut?
Same shot.
If they just get
Dillian White gets shot with the same shot every fight that he's lost. Every loss is from the exact same uppercut. Until he learns how to defend from that, Dillian White should hang him up.
Is he good enough though, Tim, to learn that?
He punches. He got plenty of heart. All you got to do is show him some stuff.
He's still got to have the ability to carry it out, though, hasn't he? He's still got to have the ability to carry it out.
Go ahead.
You know what? He's been caught with a counter uppercut how many times now? His losses. All his losses have been the same. Povetkin,
I might add. Povetkin, who's how old?
Yeah. Oh, right. But I'd like to see Wilder back. I think we need some nice knockouts like that coming back into the heavyweight division. And I guess time will only tell to see how really damaged he is, man. But I'd like to see him back.
The danger man for me at heavyweight is Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
So
because
Tim, Joe Joyce is like young and brash enough that if he wins, he's going to romp through the heavyweights. I don't think so.
He isn't young for one, is he? He's come to the pro game quite late. However, what I would say, Graham, I think he's penalised for his style of fighting. He's never going to be the fastest, but he's got an engine. And look what he done to Daniel Dubois, who's the next big thing, just with a jab.
Yeah.
So I think he's underestimated. I think, like I said, I think he gets penalised for his style of fighting. It's not the greatest to watch.
I think he gets slept on because of his age factor too, because he did start late. But he's very dangerous, man. He's very dangerous.
I think Mike made a great point a couple of days ago when he said there needs to be a super heavyweight, because we're getting a lot of 6'9", 6'10" heavyweights now in the game, and these 6'4", 6'5" guys, I don't think they're going to be able to beat out these bigger, much taller, much heavier fellas.
Let me say this. I knocked the tall guys out, and the little ones I had trouble with. I'm telling you. Look at my record. I lost to lost to Bigfoot Martin, but I knocked out Jorge Gonzalez. I knocked out Tucker, 6'8", 6'9". See, you know what I'm saying? I knocked out the tall guys, but the little ones gave me trouble. The shorter ones, they gave me trouble. Just look at my record. I had problems with the little ones. I even lost to them. I wasn't in really good shape, though. I probably would have did, but I did lose to the shorter ones. But the taller ones, I love to fight the taller ones. Their chin was right there for the overhand. They were a little bit slower. Deontay Wilder's fast. He just don't have the skills. He don't have the skills. He hitting everybody with that right hand.
It's that old saying.
Tyson Fury can move for a big guy too.
Yeah. Tyson Fury is special though, isn't he? He's special.
He's a different kind of 6'9" tall guy. He moves like he's a small guy.
He moves like a middleweight. That's what he moves like.
Yeah, he definitely moves like a middleweight. It's hard to find that, man. And
That's interesting, though,
thing.
having a weight above the heavyweight. That's interesting. I think, that probably they should talk about that.
I think they
Let
should
the
too.
big, tall, 200, 300-pound guys fight each other. That do make a lot of sense. But I liked the fight. The ones was up there. Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Well, you know what? Before Joshua and Usyk fought last time, I thought Joshua was going to win because he had the reach at that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Usyk cut that off by staying on the inside and then playing those angles, and then never leaving.
Joshua just fought the wrong fight. Come on, let's not delve into it too much. It's simple, isn't it?
It is.
You know
Joshua what? Honestly, you can see him. You can see him in that fight, not listening to his corner. Tim, you're breaking up, brother. Triple G Canelo 3. Where are we at with that?
So, I think Canelo makes easy work in this one. To be honest, I think Triple G's now. What will it be? 41 by the time he steps in the ring. 40.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Canelo makes quick work of it after that sad performance he put on against Bivol.
Well, he wanted a sad performance. Mike, you've known I've been saying for a while that Canelo's ceiling is 168. What he's not big enough for 175.
No, he's not.
So he's going back down to the weight where he belongs. I think he'll continue to dominate at 168. I actually think super middleweight's quite a poor division at the minute to what it has been in the past.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't think it's as good as it was in the past either. But yeah, no, as long as he stays 168, you know what? I don't see too many people touching him at all.
He's talking about going back up though, isn't there? To have a rematch.
Yeah. I think that's not a good idea. I think he should just stay 168, do his thing, have his couple fights, make his money, and then just retire like the rest of them do. I think his search for another division's belt, that's not going to work out too well for him.
The only challenge he's got at super middle is so he beats Triple G. Where does he go next?
Yeah,
is it Benavidez? Is it?
And Benavidez, I tip Benavidez walks all over him for me.
Over Canelo.
Yeah, I think Benavidez.
So who's Benavidez beat to give you that impression?
I don't know. It's just the way he fights, man. I just think that Benavidez could take Canelo, man.
He's been in no one of Canelo's class, so has that?
No, he hasn't. But sometimes you do find those guys, those diamonds in the rough that will come out of nowhere and just control it. Canelo's got to stay where he's at, man. 168. I don't think going up.
One hell of a war. Let's put it that way. It'd be
definitely one hell of a war. Benavidez can let his hands go like crazy, and Canelo can get out of the way like crazy. But Benavidez is he's got that hammering ability, man. That nonstop punching action. Once he connects. Once he's got you in his sights, and then he can just let him fly, and it's 20, 30, 40 shots, man, that can come off like nothing. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy.
Benavidez. He's like his back normal now.
It is. We can hear you, champ.
Looking good, Tim. Looking good.
Thanks. Benavidez. I saw his name a couple of times, and I think I've seen him. Who did he fight last? Benavidez.
Come on, Mike. You're the super fan.
I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
He's pretending to sneeze. He's pretending to sneeze now to give him more time to look on his computer.
No, I had to turn off the microphone so you guys didn't hear all that grossness.
Tim, what are your thoughts on Joe Joyce?
I was watching. Look, I seen Joe Joyce like back about a year and a half ago. I seen him. I never seen him work out though. He looks slow. And he don't have. To me, it looks like he don't have the skills that he's gonna need to succeed. I don't know if he could take. I didn't see him getting really hit that hard. I did see him getting hit. He took it. do believe when he get up there, he's going to need some help. Because I just basic. Seen him basic.
Yeah.
What's the name that he fought? What's the name
Pardon
that
me? He fought David Lemieux. Benavidez, he fought
Joe
Lemieux.
Joyce. What's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, the biggest name he's fought? Well, what, Daniel Dubois?
The heavyweight.
It probably is Dubois.
It is Dubois. I'd say it's Dubois.
I think he's froze again.
Oh, right. Daniel, hold on.
Dubois. There we go. Woo! Yo, Tim just did a teleport.
Okay, hold on.
Teleported.
Starting to come on. So you talk. Oh, everybody.
So,
I think Natalie's trying to get on to talk about the women's.
yeah, I know she is. Undefined, Talkin Fly, hello. If you need real, free, and high quality service to increase your viewers,
How's this?
check stream details.
I can see your forehead, Tim.
There you go. There we go. There we go. Excellent. So what were we asking Tim? What he thought about what?
All right. Is his microphone working?
Yeah, it should be.
All right, well, go ahead, Carl. Say something.
I'm just wondering what kind of show. I'm just wondering what kind of show I'm on here. You know, come on, you two the hosts. I mean,
we're on the greatest one.
What are your thoughts on? Am I taking over presenting now, man? So, what are your thoughts on Joe Joyce, Mike? How far can he go?
I think he can go all the way. If he gets the right opponents in front of him, man, I think he can do big things. I think he's gonna. I definitely think he's gonna come away with this victory tomorrow. I definitely think he's gonna take on Hammer and make quick work of it. To be honest, but yeah, man.
He also, Mike. He also fought Carlos Takam. Remember that wasn't a bad.
Yeah,
picture.
true. I'm just remembering that he did fight Takam after Dubois. So yeah, and he, what he took him. I think that one went to the 6th round, I believe, before it was finished.
I mean, people say about Joyce that he's slow and cumbersome and basic, but they don't say that after they come out the ring with him. I think his style is very, very deceptive.
It is. I believe so too. He does look like he's really slow, but he's very methodical in his punching. Like the way he punches. He sits down and really thinks. He's not there to waste energy, waste time, waste throwing punches and get tired. He'll let you do that. And then that's when that slow style will catch you kind of off guard for a minute, and then he just finishes you.
And he has a brilliant engine on him as well, where he can go 12 rounds.
Yeah, he can really take it. He can take it the distance, and after 12 rounds, he still looks fresh. He still looks like he could go another few. So I think he's slept on, to be honest.
And while he's filling a bit of airtime on Graham's behalf, latest rumours in the UK are that Anthony Yarde's going to be fighting Beterbiev at Wembley November, December time.
I heard this.
Interesting fight.
It is actually. I'm pretty interested in this one. What
Better be of the cleanest clock.
What's that?
Better be of the cleanest clock.
I think
he's.
And Anthony Yarde doesn't have a chance.
That should be
I think Beterbiev is slowing up all the time, though. I think he's getting slower and slower. Yes, he's got a good right hand, but you've got to be there to be caught by the right hand.
He's 37 years old, man. Like he's not a spring chicken by any means. 37 years old, but he does punch with a lot of power. Carl, you're glitching there.
I don't know what. Yeah, strange.
Wow.
I'm making a good point though.
Yeah, you are.
It's better now.
Yo, later on we'll get Eric to dub over some great conversation there, man. You look like you're really giving us a big pointer. If everybody hits mute, it looks like he's giving us a lecture.
Anyway, quick round the table. I think Beterbiev is going to beat if he goes up against Anthony Yard. I think he'll win. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh no! I believe I believe Beterbiev will definitely. I think on Yard, but you know what? Yeah, he says he's not slowing down. He doesn't look as fast every fight. Like now he is 37. He does train his ass off. He's got them heavy hands though. Like, he's one of those guys that sure he might not be fast, but if he connects with you, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna go down. He's really good at ripping the body. He's really good at knocking people out. And you see the way the man trains. Like, he's a machine. He doesn't stop. He just keeps going. He doesn't turn it off. But yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Does anyone know when Anthony Yard fought last?
Anthony Yard fought. Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say at least. Oh man, I don't even know. I'm gonna say at least almost a year, right? Yeah.
Anthony Yard.
It's, December 4th was the last time he fought, man, and that was against Lyndon Arthur, and that was fourth round KO for the WBO and Commonwealth light heavy title. Arthur was KO'd by a right hand to the head in the fourth round. But yeah, Anthony Yard, definitely younger of the two, for sure. Younger of the two. 30 versus 37 would be a great one. But yeah, Beterbiev, I don't know, man. He's got time against him. That's the thing,
Right.
Just like Joe Joyce. That's another guy. Both these guys are fighting against time rather than
What's going on with Joe Joyce? I seen him. I took his interest. I heard about him. I was in England. I heard about him. They was talking about him. Now I had a chance to watch him in the fight. I wasn't impressed, but I was wondering what everybody was talking about. I know it's support to support him, and that's where that came from. But when I seen him, I was like, oh.
Well, he's fighting this Saturday.
Okay.
He's taking on Christian Hammer, who's 27-9. This one's for the WBC, WBO, silver heavy title and international titles.
That'll be good for him. That'll be good.
He's coming off of beating Carlos Talkin, 6-round TKO. That's back August of last year, and then before that, he didn't fight for he fought 2020, that was in November. So he hasn't been super active. Which is bad because the man's 36 years old and he's fighting time. If this guy gets shelved for any length of time,
he's 36.
Yeah, he's 36 years old. That's the thing. And the kid's only got 13 wins under his belt. 36 years old. He's 13-0 with 12 KOs. 36 years old, man. So definitely, he's fighting Father Time, and so is Beterbiev, right? Beterbiev's the same thing.
Hey. Oh.
Hey, y'all.
Didn't
he fight?
I made it. Is the party over?
We're just waiting for you.
Oh, okay then. Thank you.
Bozy or something.
Hi, Sugar.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing, honey?
Oh, I'm doing a lot better now that I get to join the panel with you guys. Hey, Tim. Hey, Graham. Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's
Graham just fell off for a minute. I don't know where he went.
Okay.
He disappeared. Tim's starting to freeze up a little bit. We have Carl that's coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a party here tonight for sure. Definitely.
All right. Well, I know I was late to the party. What are we talking about?
We're just talking about some of the heavyweights and what we believe is going to happen this weekend. Hammer versus Joyce. Definitely looking like a good one. Also, we also have. I was just
Hammer, as in who Hammer?
Christian Hammer versus Joe Joyce.
Okay.
Yeah, this should be a good one. And then
So
we got
who are we? Who are we liking in this matchup?
I'm liking Joe Joyce. But we're just talking about how at 36 and only having 13 fights under his belt, there's not really too many options for this guy. If he gets shelved, he's screwed. He's fighting father time. 36 years old. That's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Hey, Tim. Tim is unfrozen now. So
Yeah,
good.
He's back.
I'm doing good. I'm glad I can join you guys tonight on the panel.
Excellent.
So I wanted to Mike mentioned about this prospect where he's 36 years old.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he seems like a good prospect, but time is the villain here. But I would say, and you tell me, Tim, I would say, like, in this day and time, it really depends on where he wants to go in his journey. Like, is he going to be an international world champion? Maybe not, in the time frame. But he may make a name for himself with the lesser rankings and in gaining the lesser titles and still make some good money. What do you think, Tim?
I think that you get into the boxing game and you train hard, you progress. Why not go for it all instead of this level, that level? Go for the big shots. Go for the top things. So you need the right trainers. You need the right people behind you. There's no excuses. You just got to keep them going. Get a good trainer. Defense tight. Throw the right punches. Counter when you're supposed to. A lot of things is natural. You teach them the basics, and then all that other stuff is natural. All that other stuff that's bouncing around. That's something that comes simultaneously when you boxing. But there's basic stuff that gives the boxers confidence. Like, hold your hands tight. Yeah, when they learn, excuse me, and they learn the stuff, they can do all that bouncing around. That's something you do naturally, So you got to be in it for the top. You got to be in it for the long run. Why?
So you're talking about the practicality of it, right? And I like to look at the whole picture, like in and out of the ring. That makes a tremendous difference. Like you said, Tim, having the confidence and the basic skill set to stand in there and know that you can deal with opposition that's coming at you in its most basic form. You know how to defend yourself, and at the end of the day, you can get down and dirty and fight, or you could bounce around if you want. But how easy, and you tell me this, Tim, nowadays, where these trainers, Mike and I was talking about this the other night, they come a dime a dozen. They read how to be a boxer, how to train a boxer in a book, or they watch a couple of YouTubes. They show up at the gym and all of a sudden they can train somebody. How easy is it nowadays to find a trainer that is worthwhile? What is the value on that? And from what I understand, sometimes you have to sacrifice and pick up and actually move to where the kitchens are hot. You may have to move to Philly. You may have to move to Vegas. You may have to move to these spots because good trainers, I don't even think Detroit, Bill Miller, is he still alive? I mean, I don't even think, these good trainers are around anymore. So Tim, can you give me and the rest of us some insight on how you would navigate that in this time as a heavyweight?
Tim, are you frozen again? No,
Oh
he's
man.
good. He's good.
Well, what do
There we
you
go.
think, Mike? Okay, here he comes.
It was I would
You didn't hear?
What, really?
Man, I said a mouthful.
I know, right?
Mike, can you tell him the gist of it, or do I have to like remix it? What do you want?
Remix it. Remix it for the champ.
Down
Remix
it
it for
bounce
the
back.
champ.
Okay,
It
all
bounced
right.
back.
So I was saying this, Tim, in this day and time where you know trainers are microwave trainers, meaning they've read a book or they've watched a couple YouTubes and now they're a trainer.
The Coles version
Yeah.
trainer.
You know what I'm saying? And how easy is it now to find a trainer that would give you the foundation and would give you the support that you need to deal with and go to the top and deal with this opposition in climbing? That's number one. And number two, what did I say, Mike? What is the value on that? Right? Because a lot of fighters out here want to go to the top and they are willing to invest. But because we got scammers out here, right? And even some of the partially good ones, they tend to scam too.
Oh, you got that knowledge.
They live in your pocket. They nickel and dime you for pads. They nickel and dime you to find work. You know what I'm saying? What's the value? Can you tell us how and what the number on that would look like for a fighter?
Wow, there's a lot of men boxers that don't even know what you're talking about. And there's what I mean is more than a lot of these men boxers. How you get that knowledge? I'm just saying.
Women have had to be careful, Tim. That's why they've always got.
I'm telling you, listen. Shark infested waters, Tim. I swam in them waters. Okay, so
that Natalie dipped her toe in before she dove.
Whoa. Okay.
Nah, man.
Okay. I think it comes with a lot of there's a lot of boxers when they coming up. They don't know who's really who's and what. They just want to fight and become champions. This is some part of it. They don't know who, and they're directed in a direction. And if they winning, they gain their confidence. The trainer and the boxer until they get to that ultimate fight that's going, to show if they really know what they know. But there's a lot of, like we were just talking, Garcia is training Joshua.
Yeah.
He might do good.
What?
That's what I heard. He's over there. Look, she even saying what? He's over there. Garcia won. Did his dad ever fight?
I don't think so.
He never fought?
Not that I know of.
No.
That's really bad for Anthony Joshua.
And this is what's going on at that level.
Are you saying this is a bit of those who can't teach? Is that how it's going?
Television. If you
those that won't even do, right? Because it takes a special fabric of person to climb through the ring and attempt to do it. And me as a fighter, you can't tell me, I'm sorry, unless you've tasted some leather at some point in your career in this boxing, you can't tell me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I mean, I just don't understand how these trainers are getting in. Like,
they're buying their license.
And what's the value on that?
They buy this license. They get their trainer certification, and then they open up or work at some gym around the corner from their house, and they start building up these fighters. Their little amateur fighters get known, and then next thing you know, they're working with pros.
Yeah, you can't be a YouTube celebrity in this game. Right? And you can't be an Instagram and a social media celebrity doing this, because this is the one industry. They say you don't play boxing, right? You can't make a boxer. You can't make up a boxer either, right? So you can have this whole facade on social media and you can have all these followers, but at the end of the day, when them hot lights are on, and
everybody gets D-check when that bell rings.
Right? And that person that you go back to the corner you there asking and you there looking at him like, what am I gonna do? They looking at you like, oh, I can't Google it. There's no chapter in the book. You know what I'm saying? And these guys,
Hey,
I mean,
Hold on. Let me Google how to do the Philly
it's
shell.
really not funny.
I bet you can Google if you put how to do the Philly, and it'll go Philly shell. It'll automatically, automatically come in for you. I guarantee you can Google that right now.
I wanted to hear Tim's breakdown on that Philly shell, because I was telling people Tim is right on the line. Like the people, Tim, if we, and there should be some kind of graduating system in the industry of boxing. Tim Witherspoon should have a master's degree or a doctorate in the industry of boxing. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Because you have to have the foundational knowledge, and this is not knowledge that you can pick from a tree or a leaf, a grass. Like, this is hard-won perspective. You have to have been in the game to know this stuff, right? But they would look at someone who's as accomplished and knowledgeable as Tim and put him on the same level as this Garcia dude.
That's only television, and that Garcia is winning. Go ahead. I like the way you talk.
Winning, but at the end of the day, it's boxing.
Yeah.
This is gladiator stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So we're cheapening the game when we don't put the right people in the right spots. That's all I have to say. This industry is $1 million industry. Those like Timothy Witherspoon that has played a role and now can transition into generalship, being a general in the corner, right?
Yes,
they have people taking his money, his jobs, his opportunities. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like that. I speak on it all the time, and I just think it's so disrespectful, right? Because and the fact that there's no one talking about it, there's no platform. Like, this is a good conversation for anyone chiming in to know. Fighter, trainer, promoter, all of these people need to be in on this kind of conversation, right? Because this conversation shows where the value is in the industry, and there are large gaps. Our warriors, our late warriors, got to be making some money too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was talking about that last time. I was talking about that at the last.
Tim, you're freezing up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got some cutting up. I can't really hear what it's saying.
Tim, if you can hear me, you're cutting up a little bit. Try to refresh, I guess.
The thing is that, but they do, they don't.
Are you hearing it, Mike?
No, not really.
Oh man.
I know it's unfortunate because it's good knowledge.
Did you hear?
I really want to hear what
there we go.
No. Can you repeat, Tim? Because you really cut out. Mike and I couldn't even hear.
But you was talking good. I forgot what I was going to say. It's primarily what she was saying.
Let's get to that smile. That smile cuts everybody off.
Okay. Like, I don't want to be in the corner carrying a bucket. I do want to give the knowledge out. I'm a former champ, but I don't want to go far as like giving them water and all that. I do want to give knowledge to boxers, but if I have to do it, I would do it. My pride ain't that bad. I would go ahead and get in there and do it when big fights and stuff like that. But watching these other guys, I never heard of them until recently. In my days, you heard of the trainers. You heard of Jimmy Arthur. You heard of Slim Robinson. You heard of Georgie Benton. You heard of them. But these trainers now today, you never heard of them. And you got trainers in corners that never was successful. The fighter wins that fight, and they blow up. And I was talking about Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach. I love that brother. But where is he now, though? Where is he now? Do we have champions? Let me stop talking about Freddie. There's somebody else that we can talk about.
Listen now, because you got to talk about Freddie. Freddie was a man at one time, right?
He was
Freddie was the man at one time. Remember, you
mean Pacquiao was the man?
Yeah. Well, listen, they were talking that talk, and Freddie Roach, his face was in the magazines.
Yeah.
They was asking him all the questions.
Trainer of the year.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, this was all marketing. There was no substance behind.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not looking at you, Champ Witherspoon, to give nobody water or anything in the corner. What I'm looking at you to do, though, is be the director of a camp.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We need to evolve. The industry needs to evolve where, yes, there's director Tim Witherspoon, and then you have, coordinators and administrative assistants and things like that. You see what I'm saying? That now it becomes a structured type of deal, right? And so then the value comes in to where money can be made. There are actual jobs. It's not, did I pillow talk with the right person so I can get me a spot? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I see what's going on.
Well, we're getting to the time, so everybody say their last comments. Definitely. Yeah, we are. Sorry, Sugar. Didn't mean. Unfortunately,
I'm sorry that I'm sorry I came in late. Friday was a long day for me.
Everybody out there, she's gonna join us on Sunday for our Knockout of the Week award, so you get to see some more Sugar. There we go. Yes. Shout out to MD Sohal Rana. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for chiming in. Dusty Montford. Yes, Mary Spencer is undefeated after her win last week.
Oh, did y'all talk about Mary? Mary coming in strong.
We're gonna have to talk about her at another time because we're officially out of time.
She know her stuff, man. I'm scared of her.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everybody who watched today. Shout out to Carl from Last Belt Boxing that joined us today on the panel for a little bit, had a bit of technical difficulties. Unfortunately, he didn't get to come back. Sugar, thank you again for coming on. Tim Witherspoon, my co-host, our friend, brother, you know what it is, man. Much love and respect to you. Shout out to everybody who dropped comments in the section. You know what it is, man. We got to all get to work so you don't have to. So we got all this content to make. So, guys, we will see you next week. Same time, same channel, new topics. Don't forget, scorecard Sunday, 9:30 in the morning. We got the Knockout of the Week award at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss that one. You're going to want to see who wins our prestigious Knockout of the Week award. So until then, guys, we'll see you next time. Same channel. Peace.
See you.
Bye-bye.